Today we are going to be talking about the water cycle. So first thing we need to discuss is what is water? Water is a molecule of matter. It is composed of 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. An important thing to note about matter and energy is that matter and energy cannot genuinely be created or destroyed. Instead, they are continually transformed. So, since the beginning of the universe, all matter and energy is actually the same age, 13.8 billion years old, approximately. It's just constantly changed the form that matter is in. And some of this transformation of particularly water that we're going to be looking at is expressed in the water cycle. So really the water cycle is just an example of how that matter energy changes over time, but we're going to be specifically talking about the matter that is water. It's oxygen and 2 hydrogen atoms. With water, or really any kind of matter, there's 3 main forms that it can exist in: a solid state, a liquid state, and a gas state. Temperature is what controls what state the matter is going to be in. So for example, with water, when the temperature is cold, its molecules are going to be ice, and in a sharp, rigid structure, all those molecules are going to be very close together and not really a lot of free movement. And as the temperature warms, the molecules are able to get more and more movement to eventually get like a gaseous state at a hotter temperature, where those molecules are free to move around much more. So, dictionary definition of the water cycle: it is the cycle of processes by which water circulates between the Earth's oceans, atmosphere, and land. It is involving precipitation as rain and snow, drainage in streams and rivers, and return to the atmosphere by evaporation and transpiration. So, components of the water cycle, the main ones that we're going to need to know, I have definitions of all of these. It's condensation, which is essentially cold air turning because of the cold temperature from a gaseous state to a liquid state. Evaporation is the opposite, going from a liquid state to a gaseous state. And precipitation is very similar to condensation, except it is basically condensation in clouds, and then once that gas becomes liquid in clouds, it gets heavy, and you get things like rain, snow, sleet, or hail, as it says in this definition. So yeah, you can just pause this video and read all of those at your leisure, but I'm going to go forward. Components of the water cycle. So as we just talked about with those definitions, you can kind of see some examples here. So condensation happening there. Evaporation, so this is steam, so this water from this geyser is getting hot, so evaporation, gas happening right there. And then precipitation, form of water that falls to the Earth's surface, rain, snow, sleet, or hail. How you get each of those is from different kinds of temperature and pressure. That's also a big part of weather that determines each one of these. But still, precipitation remains that it's condensed water in the sky that falls to the surface. And here we can see a picture of the entire water cycle happening. So, for example, we have an ocean, stream, some kind of body of water that heats up. So those water molecules are going from a liquid state up to a gaseous state. Then, when it gets colder up near the in the sky, because you're closer to space, that's why it gets colder. Condensation is happening, so you're going from gaseous to liquid. And when there's basically accumulation of liquid, when the temperature just gets too cold, that precipitation or that condensed water is going to fall back to the Earth in some kind of form, again, whether that's rain, sleet, snow, or hail. And then it is going to run off or basically go back to the body of water, or some kind of body of water. Transpiration is, I like to call it like plants like sweating, essentially. Basically, it's just in warmer environments, plants essentially will leak some water out, and then that can also be evaporated. But we call that whole process when it comes from plants specifically transpiration. But really the main things that you need to know are the evaporation, condensation, precipitation. Those are the three really main parts of the water cycle. It just goes round and round like that. Thank you again for watching. Please share and subscribe. Remember to spread